Our 14-year-old daughter, Kelsey Harris, was diagnosed with a brain tumor on February the 8th, 2008. And difficult time for us, difficult time for our family, obviously. And Kelsey soon became a St. Jude patient. It was really a great blessing to our family to be at St. Jude. And one day when we were in St. Jude, Kelsey was always just a happy kid, always been a happy kid. And one day in St. Jude, we were waiting in the waiting room, and one of the workers at St. Jude was cutting up with Kelsey, and she said to Kelsey, she said, "Kelsey, you just crack me up. Every time you come in here, you're always just so happy." And just off the cuff, not even thinking about it, Kelsey said, "Well, life is more interesting when you're happy." And I was just blown away, just knowing what she was going through and how she was feeling. I literally broke out a napkin and wrote down "Life is more interesting when you're happy" on a napkin, and I stuck it in my pocket. And even then, in the back of my mind, I thought, man, that should be on a t-shirt. And so several months go by, and I was teaching a Bible class to a group of men about overcoming trials. And in that class, I brought that up, how just blown away I was by Kelsey saying life is more interesting when you're happy. And again, just kind of off the cuff, he said, "You know, I think that should be on a t-shirt." And really never gave it another thought. But unbeknownst to us, there was a man in the audience who was starting a t-shirt business. And so everybody in the class, the people in the class got together, and behind our back they raised money to print up these t-shirts. So one day out of the blue we get a box, and it's got t-shirts for everybody in our family that say life is more interesting when you're happy. And we were also told that those shirts, they'd raised enough money that they sent those shirts to other families dealing with cancer. And really that was just amazing to our family. Kelsey passed away. Kelsey passed away on April the 6th, 2009. And we put out the word to everybody, if you're going to come to the funeral, don't wear a shirt and tie, don't wear a dress, wear a Kelsey shirt if you have one. There were 500 people at Kelsey's funeral, and 400 of them had Kelsey shirts on. And again, we were just blown away. It was just amazing, so encouraging to us. So after Kelsey passed away, I told my wife Teresa, I said, "We can't let this die. We need to keep this message going." And so I talked to the man who made the t-shirts, Tim, and said, "We want to keep this going," and he was all for it. And so in the 4 years since Kelsey's passed away, and we had the Kelsey Wynn Harris Foundation, I think we've printed by this time nearly 1,500 shirts and sent them to about 120 different families who are dealing with cancer. And everybody who has received a shirt tell us it just really makes their day. And not a lot of people know this, but not a lot of people know this, but we buried Kelsey in a "Life is more interesting when you're happy" shirt. But we've also found out a lot of other people who have received our shirts have been buried in their shirt. And that means a lot to the families who've received them, and it means a lot to us. And all of this happened really because one guy had the courage to step on a limb and make a t-shirt. And it's been amazing, and I hope it continues for many more years to come.